How are you allowing this to happen?
No, now we gotta disinfect the whole building. You could go to actual adult jail, not Legoland jail. How did you clinically observe him wanting to lick Vincent's head?
I could change the world. I'm Leo.
Hello, welcome back to Coffee Over Apples. My name is Steph. Dun, 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 I have a special guest. Finally, we have Natalie from Pastel Writer. TikTok, follow, amazing. Fix it if you're not. Anyway, I'm very aggressively telling you to follow my friend. Anyway, hi! We're here to do a joint book review for this. If you have been here, gee thanks, you should probably already know that I reviewed, what was the first book?
Teacher of the Year?
Teacher of the Year, and said no bueno.
The
Oh, this
one.
is the second one.
The good one.
Yes, the one that was fantabulous. The one that she read first. Thank God, because if we had read the first one first, like we're supposed to, we would have never got there.
No, M.A.Wardell wouldn't have gotten 3 reads out of us if I hadn't read this one.
Yes, so
Truly.
Mistletoe and Michigas was the bomb. And this is book 3 in the Teachers in Love series.
I still love the colors of it so
I
much.
know.
I'm like, it looks so pretty.
I know, it's so cute. Look at the kitty with the Legos. So cute.
Are there Legos?
There are, look.
Oh.
It's so cute. I actually really liked that the Legos seemed like to size because the cat's supposed to be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I like it.
Scale.
There's gonna be spoilers in this video because we have a lot of things to say.
Do we want to do a summary of the book?
You want to give it a try?
You want to put me with one neuron at 8:30 a.m. to give a summary?
Okay, I'm gonna do my best.
Not the other one that doesn't have I know it or not either. Oh my god.
Okay, how do we talk about this? All right, so it's book 3 in a series. You do not have to have read the first 2 books in order to appreciate this one. So this series involves different relationships in which at least one person works in education. The first book was a teacher. What grade was it? First grade? Second grade?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
I didn't even finish that book.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that tells you a lot, all right? So we're good. So anyway, primary school teacher dating a parent. The second one was like a kindergarten or first grade teacher dating the school janitor. This one is following Kent, who is the principal at an elementary school, dating one of the IT guys who comes in to help build a database for the school in order for them to get accurate test score data. And that's about as far as it goes. So maybe we should start with our ratings.
I gave it 3 stars because it was just the definition of mid.
Yes. Oh, here's what we liked. Let's start with the positive, and then we'll break it apart. Positive is that the main characters we both really liked.
Yes.
Kent and Vincent. This one has OCD rep.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, I think it's just that because Kent is just a klutz.
Yes.
That's it. There's nothing else going on. He's just a klutz.
Yes.
I did also consider, I'm like, does he have like vertigo? Does he need a medical diagnosis in terms of like literally this man catches on fire in one of the scenes in this book because he does not understand his own body apparently. Yes. And he's been in it for 52 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Grandpa energy. He is a schlemiel, which is Jewish for like the fool who does, or Yiddish for like the fool who does klutziness onto someone else.
Okay.
No, he is both the schlemiel and the schlemazel. I learned this recently.
Okay.
So
I'm like, I'm trying to wonder. I wonder because he does use Yiddish in here. I'm like, is that one of the words that's used in here? Okay.
He does.
I'm like, oh, that's how you pronounce it. Okay.
Yes, he does. He is. He is both the schlemiel and the schlemazel. So the fool who does klutzy things and gets klutzy things done upon them, he does it to himself.
Conclusion, mess, but we love him.
We love him. We do. He's adorable. He's grandpa. This is also an age gap romance, I guess.
Yeah, because Vincent has just turned 40. Wow. We just said Kent is 52.
Yeah.
So it is an age gap romance, but they're two grown-ass men. It doesn't matter.
That's fine.
I mean, I feel like for me, it boils down actually to them. I'm like, they're cutie patooties. They're adorable. They're super sweet. Well, there's my queen, Ruth. Ruth is like the highlight of this book.
Yes.
She's iconic, incredible. Wow.
We love her.
We don't know where would Kent be without Ruth.
Don't know. And that's part of the problem, but I'll get to that in a second. Okay. Who is Ruth? Ruth is a side character.
I think she's a teacher.
She's a gym teacher.
Yeah.
Gym teacher who is friends with Kent. And he would kind of just like spend time with her every morning where they would go for a walk and fetch about their day, like talk about whatever's going on, drama, chisme, whatever. Was she lesbian or was she pansexual or was she bisexual?
I think she's a lesbian.
I think she's a lesbian.
I think she's a lesbian.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yes, and she was basically playing auntie, giving him information that he could have Googled. That's the problem, okay? He could have Googled what a harness is. He's 52 in the year of our Lord 2024.
No, listen, and I stand by the fact that he should know.
Yes.
Like, he's like, where do I get a harness? I'm like, bro, if you're 52, at minimum, you should know what a sex shop is.
Yes.
Like, you can get things there. I'm like, you don't have to know every single toy in existence, but you should know where to get one, even if your immediate instinct isn't like Amazon.
Yes.
Hello.
Have you not seen The Sopranos? I don't understand. He's not old enough to not be able to Google things, especially because he's a principal. What was the point of the plot? What was the point of hopscotch?
Oh, what was the point of hopscotch?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so the whole thing that's happening is that the school that Kent is the principal, they're not scoring well in, like, what's the word for it?
Is it
like standardized testing? Like in standardized testing, the kids are not doing well. But Kent and the teachers know that the kids are learning. The tests are just maybe not reflecting that. So that's why they end up hiring Hopscotch, who has like a different system to handle basically student data to maybe hopefully show better how they're doing versus the test.
And this is the part that didn't make sense for me, which is like, if you already have an idea of the data that you have, and that the students are doing well, how is implementing a new software going to do anything but reflect the data that you already have? Like, how is that going to make it seem like they're doing better? Because they're just inputting the data from the teacher's grade books.
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with increasing student performance. It's not even like it's like a program for the students to be able to use for test taking. It's literally just for the teachers to be able to more efficiently put in grades, which they're already doing.
I don't know.
Make it make sense.
I don't know. I'm not as tech illiterate as Kent, but I don't know data like that. So, no clue. I just say what the book says. That's the best way I can describe it, just based on what the book says. I don't know, is it right?
I'm telling you, it'll make no sense. It'll make no sense. So it's like the plot was just really lacking, and when it finally got to the climax where it was supposed to be high stakes, we ended up with a Grease moment where they're in the parking lot slow dancing to Fleetwood Mac. And I'm like, but there's no tension. Nothing went wrong, in my opinion. Like, bro, okay, so Kent supposedly somehow put in the data wrong into the system. And it was supposed to look like he accidentally tried to skew the scores.
Is that what they were going for? Because I didn't think that at all.
Yeah.
I did not connect those dots.
Yeah.
I was too involved in they're trying to present Kent as an idiot.
Yes.
And so he did a mistake, and then they're like, oh, this sets us back weeks because now we have to re-input all the data that the thing already munched on. And mess. I did not connect.
Yeah, there was an addendum to that. Well, an addition to that. So it's like he did put in the data wrong, so it completely set back the program, which I guess would have cost the school more money.
Yeah.
But also that because he didn't do it correctly, the data was skewed to look like the school was doing better than it actually was.
Oh, I think I remember a little bit that part. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that they're like, no, this is like too drastic of a shift in the data, so something has to be off.
Right. So then he decides he's going to resign, and he doesn't go to the board meeting where they would be talking about his resignation, and he gets a phone call from Vincent. It's like, listen to all these people who love you. And all of the other characters are coming on stage and being like, we love you, Mr. Principal. And then he gets in his car and drives down to the Board of Ed where he has a slow dance makeout session with his boyfriend in the parking lot of the Board of Ed. Bro, we're going to talk about unprofessionalism. Like, next level. No. If teachers started making out in the Board of Ed parking lot, it'd be all over the news. All over the news.
Listen, they do worse unmentionable things in the school building.
They do. If that's your kink, congratulations. Have fun. Here you go.
No, every single book will have a minimum of one scene of characters doing unmentionable things in the school building.
Yes. Yes.
Jail.
Yes.
Horny jail. Horny jail. Straight to horny jail.
Okay, let's talk about the kinks. Because this is more erotic than the second book was.
Yeah.
Very spicy. Caveat, not our flavor.
No. I can support horny energy, right? I'm like, support horny rights, right? But I have my limits. And I'm like, okay, you're allowed to write about these things, but that doesn't mean I want to read them.
Dead. So, if you like all of the kinks that we're about to explain to you, please pick this up. You'll probably like it much more than we did. I can appreciate that this was not for me. So, I'm not trying to shame you or anything like that. I hope that what we say actually makes you pick it up and that you love it, because I gagged like twice.
Well, I want a shame. I want my bell. Shame.
Okay. Go, bestie. Take
So, one of the biggest things here is foot fetish stuff, which neither of us is into. I'm not to the point of Seth of being like, I'm not to that level, but that's also because once I'm reading a book and it's very smutty, if it has things I don't enjoy, I'm like, I have become a doctor. I am studying this. Science. So every single scene basically became clinical and boring to me because I was just like, I'm studying this. What does this mean? How does this work? Did it make any sense? No. Like, with Vincent's OCD, which is connected to, like, cleanliness. Like, not all OCD has ties to that, basically, but Vincent's does. So I'm like, why? How? Actually, the most important question is not why, it's how. how are you allowing this to happen when you have a crisis the first time y'all do something together? Because you were on the floor of your own apartment, which you clean like every other day?
Yes. And hires a maid crew to come in and like clean it when he's not there. Has his little Roomba. Like, he has a system that works for him. And he even thinks to himself in the multiple shower scenes where he's like, oh, the dirt, the grime of our bodies is falling to the floor of the tub that's unsanitary, but stuck my toe. Sir, like, okay, now, how did you clinically observe him wanting to lick Vincent's head?
See, that's one of my bigger things as well that made me go like, no, I need to become a doctor because otherwise I will be disturbed, is what I'm actually going to feel. Because both of them were into each other's level of hair. So Kent is into how bald and hairless Vincent is, to the point of making that comment, being like,
I want to lick his bald head.
Vincent wouldn't let me, but I want to. And I'm like, sir, no licking of bald heads. No. Get a grip. Get a grip. Keep it together. And on the opposite end is Vincent, who's like, look at that furry forest.
My forest jetty. My forest.
All the scenes of like, let me spread the forest with my fingers. I'm like,
no.
Stop.
No.
Get help. Apart from the fact that, again, to me it doesn't make sense because Vincent is bald and no like body hair either because of germs. But Kent can be furry and we're not thinking about germs?
It's supposed to be framed in a way it feels like their relationship just supersedes any of his diagnosed like issues of that he needs to be able to control his environment to make himself comfortable. And it's like, love conquers all.
You mean dick?
Dick conquers all.
I'm sorry, it's dick because what, maybe like 20 pages in, there's already a dick out? Yes. I was just like, okay.
Immediate.
I guess we're doing this.
Yes.
And to be fair, I read a lot of erotica, but erotica is also like 100 pages long. So I'm like, yes, in 20 pages, if there's not a dick or something out, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. We're wasting our time, is what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. But this?
275 pages.
20 pages in, we're whipping it out. No. No. Keep it in your pants. In your pants. No.
I like my romance to have a build-up. Like, a slow burn. Like, in Mistletoe and Michigas, there was smut. There were multiple scenes. Yes. But they had to establish that trust and relationship first. And that's kind of, like, I think what worked more.
Yeah.
And here it was just like, dick. And then I hope I never see you again. We work together. Oh God, here we go. But yeah, it's just, I feel like going into how the dick somehow magically solved his OCD, I don't feel like we really got into how someone who needs therapy and like other supports to be able to work through a clinical issue that is hindering their daily life needs to actually do that.
No, because Marvin is a therapist now. With what degree, I don't know.
Bro.
But he's a therapist now.
We do not like Marvin.
See, okay.
Marvin haters in this house.
Yeah. So we have to start there with establishing that. Like, I DNF'd Teacher of the Year. Mm-hmm. Because Marvin got on my nerves. He got on my nerves, and Olin, I might as well have had a paper cutout of a man.
No personality.
He was giving nothing. Yes. He was giving paper.
Yes. Yes.
He was giving paper, and I couldn't deal with that, so I was like, goodbye. But the biggest thing for me, actually, was when Marvin and Vincent went on their date. I was already like, Vincent, I love you.
Yes.
And Marvin was such a judgy bitch. He was such a judgy bitch because Vincent, there's a reason the title has napkins, all right? Because Vincent uses a lot of them. And Vincent, in that date, was still in his era where he needed like a whole stack of napkins on the table, like at the restaurant that he has his first dates in. And could only use it once and then discard it. And so Marvin saw that and was like, this freak. Basically.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes, he
this
was like, I can't date him because we can't both be broken. I need someone who's gonna fix me. And then this bitch, Marvin, at the end of book 1, goes to therapy, which we don't see on page, but it's like, yes, he went to therapy. Beautiful, wonderful. And decides he's gonna come back and be friends with Vincent and fix him. Bro.
I'm telling you, it was an alien.
Yes.
Whoever is in here masquerading as Marvin is an alien, and I stand on that.
No.
I stand on that. Because I don't know who the Marvin was in this book. That's another man.
Marvin, if he was a real person, we'd be throwing down.
Yeah.
We would not be friends.
100%.
Like
100%. No.
So I didn't like that Marvin made a comeback, and it was also credited by Vincent as like, oh, he gave me the idea of folding my napkins. It's like, no, go to a real therapist.
Your therapist should have given you that idea.
Yes.
Not Marvin.
Yes. Or at least if we weren't gonna get like him going through therapy, fine, but maybe a conversation with Kent at the end of the book where it's like, hey, you know what, maybe I should get help.
Yeah.
Because there are parts of my life which are still like when he has his, what are they called? His hyperfixating moments where he just needs to be able to do or finish a task.
Yeah.
To the point where he doesn't get sleep or like it actually impacts his health and the people around him. Like that was just never addressed.
No, it just, again, it was the healing power of Dick versus, like, again, this right here. This beauty, right? Theo, my beloved, has PTSD because he's a veteran. And, like, all the scenes where he has, like, an attack episode, I don't know what they're called, are handled, like, so seriously. And the narrative literally screeches to a halt because we have to address what he's going through. Versus here, straight up, there's a scene like Vincent is staying at Kent's place, and Kent has Kitty, which Vincent is like, disgusting. That thing is full of germs. And he's like, I cannot have that cat get anywhere close to me. And there's one chapter that literally ends with Vincent opens his eyes in the morning, cat in his face, and then it's over.
It's the next chapter. Move on.
Doesn't address it at all.
Like that should have theoretically sent him spiraling.
Yeah.
Because other things have sent him spiraling.
Yeah.
So why are we not talking about that?
Yeah.
Also because it's like when we're introduced to his house, Kent comes over and he sees how immaculate it is. He sees his routines and everything he does to make sure that he doesn't get triggered. But then he's just able to go to Kent's house and be like, okay, I'll just slowly start moving in.
Yeah. No.
I'll just get a Roomba. It'll be fine. Like, no, it's not fine. Talk about it.
But no, there is no talking about it. Nothing. Nada.
You know what? Another part that I did like was, this feels so minor, but like them, Kent leaning into Vincent's like hobbies and supporting him. I am also an adult who needs a child as an excuse to go to Legoland.
I'm dead. That was one thing. I'm like, Do you actually straight up need to have a child to go?
Yes.
Why?
Because they don't want creepy adults to be there. It's kind of like the train thing. Like why when I went to the game convention they had a room for adults to be able to play with trains, because they don't want adults going to the kids area and like playing with the kids with the kids toys. Like imagine you had an adult who was like obsessed with like sand castles and they were in the park in the sand pit with the kids.
So you're saying if I was as into Lego as Vincent is,
yes,
I'd have to bully my friends into having children because I'm not gonna have one.
Yes,
so I'd be like, hurry up,
literally,
pop one out.
Yes, literally, me and my partner, because my partner's very into Legos and we do Legos together, and his best friend is also into Legos, and his wife is also like, it's like a group thing. And we were talking about it, like, when are you gonna have kids so we can go to Legoland?
You're like, procreate. You're married, yes. Procreate.
And then we have like a 10-year window where we can go to Legoland without being weird, because when the kid gets too big, we can't take them to Legoland anymore.
I can't with this. I guess make an adult Legoland. Get on it.
Yes.
No children allowed to that one then.
They only sell us the expensive Legos. You know how expensive adult Lego kits are? Girl.
No comment.
They know what they're doing. They know their target audience. You won't be reading book 4.
No, absolutely not. Because that's like husband of the year. And I'm like, you're not going to make me believe either Olin or Marvin deserve a husband of the year.
Yes.
It's not a real award. No. Doesn't matter. Neither of them deserve it.
No.
So
when and if we do pick up another M.A.Wardell, because we know that this author has it in them to do amazing things.
Yes.
Just whatever they were doing,
yeah,
we need you to do it again.
Yeah. Whatever you were doing to make this happen,
yes,
make that magic happen again.
Yes.
Is it just holidays? Does it need to be winter? Does it need to be winter? Do you need to do another like enemies to lovers, because it is like grumpy sunshine dynamic in here? Is it just you need to write another one? I don't know. M.A.Wardell would do it. Well, whatever it is.
Their next book was it Marshmallow Mountain thingy? I don't know. It looks like it's a wintry theme, so it might work. Marshmallow Mountain,
yeah, and he is co-writing it with someone else, so maybe that other entity will also balance him out to,
yes,
not do what he did.
Yes. So if licking bald heads, toe sucking.
I'm so good.
And there's also side rep in here.
Yeah.
So that's good. There's not a lot of that. So
if that's your thing, if doing things in a school building is your thing. It's the eye twitch. Listen, I still won't forgive Marvin. Marvin was worse. Marvin and Olin. Horny jail. Not in the closet of his classroom.
No. Listen.
His classroom.
If you have a teacher kink, congratulations. Here you go. I give this to you. But it's not for us. No. At least, like,
as two teachers, we're like, no.
Not in the space where the babies go.
Exactly. And we don't even deal with the baby as the babies.
Right.
We're high school teachers. We're still like, those are the babies. Yes. Why would I do that in the same place where I see the babies?
No, now we gotta disinfect the whole building. Stop.
Dead.
It's like, it's been, okay, at least in book 1, when Marvin and Olin were doing their thing. It was after school hours. It was late. Parent-teacher night. The last appointment. No one else was supposed to come in. So the chances of them getting caught were a lot slimmer. They weren't 0, but they were less. Yeah. Right? And they were in the closet. This one was during the day. And they're like, I can hear people in the hallway. Yes, the babies are there. Why? Why would you risk that? That is like, you could lose your license. You could go to jail. You could go to actual adult jail, not Legoland jail. You could go to real jail.
I'm dead.
I no puedo. So, you know.
Read it? If not that one, this one.
Yes.
This one.
Read this one. This one is wonderful.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.